Hello, you're listening to Questboard, a podcast where we make up random side quests. My name is Brandon.
And I'm Tiffany. And just so you know, we are not professional writers in any way, shape, or form. At least we don't claim to be. We just really like tabletop RPGs, and we do this for fun.
That's right. How are you, Tiffany?
I'm doing all right. I'm actually warm today, so that's weird.
In the middle of winter.
Right?
So I swear everyone around me is getting cats, and now it's starting to make me think of I want to get a cat. So I have a couple of friends online that I play Sunday board games with.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was like, hey, by the way, he recently moved and bought a house.
Nice.
And he's like, oh, since the last time I chatted with you guys, I got a cat. I'm like, well, send pictures.
Of course.
And it's a really cute black cat and all that stuff.
Oh, I have a little black kitty too.
And I'm just like, oh, he's cute. But then just the other week, I was talking to a coworker and she's like, oh, yeah, I got a new cat. And so then I'm like, oh, send a picture. And then after work and all that stuff, send me a picture. It's also a black cat.
Oh, man, black cats are so fun.
And I'm just like, oh, it's so cute. When I first started living by myself, every time I told that to someone, they're like, oh, when you get a cat then. Because it seems like every time someone starts living by themselves, they get so lonely that they get a cat or something.
I get that.
And I'm just like, I like living by myself. Also, animals are expensive. And if I wanted to do that.
Yep.
But one of the biggest reasons why is because I have a lot of technology requiring cables.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, if I get a cat, I'm going to be worried that they're going to bite all my cables.
Well, that's when you just put hot sauce on your cables.
And so it's like, oh, I could adopt one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, make sure that the cat is a non-cable chewer.
Yeah. I got lucky. Neither of mine are.
But that's one of the biggest worries I have.
Mm-hmm.
Basically going through so much money of cables.
Yeah, you can train them to not touch your cables.
Also,
Cats are trainable.
When I first started living by myself, I bought new furniture as well. There was also that.
There is also that. And yeah,
but a couple of years in, I don't care as much anymore.
Right.
But that's still a factor. Well, it's still in good condition.
As long as you give them ample places where they are allowed to scratch, they'll stay away from your furniture.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. But yeah, so now the cat is on the brain, and I don't know if I want one or not, because also I don't know where to put the litter box situation and all this and that. I'm not entirely sure, because I've structured my entire living space of non-cat.
Mm-hmm.
So then if I had to tweak around, I don't know where it would fit.
Well, yeah, you would just have to rearrange a bit.
Yeah.
I could help you build a catio if you want that.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Again, I don't even know if I'm going to get a cat or not. It was a thought I had. And now, two people that are in my life got a cat roughly around the same time. And the one one coworker was like, you should totally get a cat too. I'm like, oh, you are just a bad influence, aren't you?
I don't know if you can tell by the look on my face, but that's my sentiments exactly. I am fully
No, you
in
aren't
camp.
You never said you should get a cat too, though.
I know. What I'm saying is, I'm also in that camp, and I'm saying it now. You should get a cat.
Why?
Because cats are great.
Cats are a huge responsibility.
Yes. And it's good to have that kind of responsibility, something to keep you on schedule and something to be there for.
No, this podcast keeps me on schedule.
That's fair.
We haven't missed a single episode yet.
Yeah. Fist pump. Yeah.
Yeah, it was all your hard work.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I show up and help record.
That's cute.
Anyway, what are we doing today?
Besides throwing shade in your direction, we're doing normal quest board.
Yep.
So, if you have the dice,
oh, I got them.
We can find out what we're doing.
38.
You're starting to roll low now.
I know. What's up with that?
Well, we've already done 38.
What?
That was episode 45. Needed bartender.
No.
I believe that is the Quaff Life 3. That was where they were the bartenders for the Moon family.
Right.
Or Winters. One of those.
Yeah, one of the bartending families.
I think it was a Moon family because we said the crooked arrow, it's like a silvered arrow.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. Anyways, up or down?
Let's go down.
Okay, perfect, because 37 we have not done.
Yay.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Come join us for the first annual Bucket Festival.
Bucket?
Bring a bucket and your favorite drinks to join in the festivities. Meet out back the dilapidated house on the edge of town at any time. You know the one. You've seen it in your dreams.
What?
Well, one, I think we talked about it in that previous episode. Every time it's just a bucket festival. I'm just thinking of the oversimplified YouTube channel where they did the War of the Bucket.
Mm.
You know the War of the Bucket.
I'm aware of the War of the Bucket, yes.
Because they were kind of making a joke of like they also was celebrating the bucket and all that stuff. That's why it got stolen. They got super pissed because oversimplify just makes jokes about things.
Gotcha. So it's a bucket festival. Do we get to figure out why they're celebrating buckets?
It's plural because you could bring your own bucket and favorite drinks. I think we have to figure out, one, what is the purpose of bucket festival?
And who doesn't love a good bucket?
And two, what do you mean you've seen it in your dreams?
Okay, so presumably this is for a small town where everybody knows everybody, where everyone knows everyone, and so everybody knows about that old creepy house at the edge of town, and they've all had a nightmare about it at some point probably. Maybe there's actually something to do with that. Maybe there's a reason it's been in all of their nightmares.
Okay, I think we could tie this together. What if there's like a fortune teller, witch, or something like living in the town, and everyone gets along with them? Like they're just a member of the community.
Okay.
But what happens if they are the organizer of the bucket festival in which the location changes every year? So then it's just a advertisement where read
the beginning again. First annual bucket festival. This is the first one.
They've held parties before generally for other things.
Okay.
But the way they advertise is through the dreams.
Oh, no.
So it's just like a secret location.
Okay.
What happens if this is just a like tight-knit group, like maybe half the town or something like that? So it's just like, if you're in, you're in. You'll get a dream to tell you the location.
Dang.
But if you're not invited, you don't know where it is.
Right.
You know, it's that kind of like secret group kind of thing.
Right.
And so I think this would entice a party who is not invited and not know where it is, trying to figure out where it is.
That'd be interesting.
How about we do that?
I like that. It's a little touch of creepy.
A little touch of creepy in the month of February. That makes sense.
It's always time for a little touch of creepy.
I suddenly remember, I think it was like our first year where we did the woman turned into a doll in February.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that one's definitely creepy.
I forgot the name of it, but you remember that?
I mean, I remember the episode. Yeah, I don't remember the name.
It was like a doll with a blue dress and yellow hair. And
all dolled up.
Yeah, I think that was the name of the episode.
I think that's the title of the episode.
Anyways, yeah.
My memory worked.
Something also creepy.
Yeah. So, at least once a month, we got to do something creepy.
So, this is an in-group, invite only, to know the location. What is the point of the bucket festival? Because we've now established why it says you'll see in your dreams.
Okay.
Because that's just code of like, we're not saying where it is publicly. You'll know if you know.
Right. Maybe at their last party, there was a hilarious antic with a bucket, and the bucket was the center of attention. Like, I don't know, somebody wearing a bucket on their head or something. And they've decided to start calling these party the Bucket Festival or something like that. And they do it once a year. So like, it's the first annual one that is actually called Bucket Festival. Bring your own bucket.
Okay.
And they all wear buckets on their heads.
I have two somewhat ideas. One is on the creepier side. The other one is more of on the goofy side. Which one would you prefer?
¿Por qué no los dos?
Okay, fine. I guess we'll start with goofy.
Okay.
Every year, they just come up with a stupid new theme. And it's always first annual.
Oh, no. That's fun.
They just pick a random thing, and at the end of the party, then they're like, what's the theme of next year? And then they get to pick a stupid theme, and then it's like the first annual of that theme next year. And that's it.
Or maybe they all put like their suggestions in a hat, and then it gets drawn for the next one.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Or like, the suggestion, but then the witch who is organizing it pulls it like a month beforehand. So then they don't even know until it's like almost time.
Right.
The darker approach is, what happens if this like is a cult direction? What happens if a Bucket Festival, the word bucket is a code word for a specific offering that they need to bring.
Oh, that is dark.
It's like Thieves' Cant kind of version,
right.
where it sounds silly for us, but then with Thieves' Cant, it's a deeper meaning that they understand. To say, hey, this is the kind of sacrifice or this is the kind of ritual we're doing is a bucket festival, meaning something else.
If the party has a thief, would they be able to understand it, or would it be specific?
I said Thieves' Cant as a analogy.
Okay.
Wow, I couldn't think of that word.
Words be hard
Basically,
sometimes.
it's cult cant.
Okay, cult can't.
Sure.
Okay. I like both ideas, dang it.
Well, it depends on the mood you want. Do you want something silly? I mean, to be fair, if we go silly, then I don't see much of a
right, but we
thing to work on.
We do throw out the cult card a lot.
I know, because it's a very generic stereotype. Okay, I had another thought.
Okay, shoot.
But then we already did it before.
Ah, beans.
What happens if someone was polymorphed into the bucket? But we did the potted plant. Remember that?
Yeah,
that was, a hangover.
Yeah. No, because it's bring your own bucket.
I know. Or
and beer.
That's the joke, where it's just like bring your own bucket, and it's like, which one's Steve?
It's the
can you guess
who can find Steve?
Who can find the Steve amongst the other buckets?
Oh man, but polymorph only turns you into another creature, not an item.
I don't know, homebrew it.
Maybe Steve is a mimic.
We've done that before.
I know, we've done that one before too.
God, they're so washed up.
Oh yeah, we can't think of any new ideas. Okay, so we've got buckets. It's a party. It's the first party of its type.
First annual.
Yeah, I do like your idea of it's always the first annual something party, and you have to bring a random item every time.
Okay, so we are going in direction of Goofy.
I like Goofy.
Okay.
He's really good in the hot dog dance.
I was going to say, and not the copyrighted kind, but okay. Okay, quirky.
Yeah, quirky and fun. So yeah, it's always the first annual, and this year just happens to be buckets. Bring your own bucket. And I don't know, just antics happen with buckets. You get to come up with maybe games you can play with buckets, or
I think we're still going to be solidifying the part where it's just like it's a select group of people that are invited.
Yeah, but
not everyone is invited.
It might be a relatively large group of people.
Well, it's large enough to warrant a posting on like in the tavern.
Right.
But not like everyone's invited, or it's not open-ended so that party members don't know where it is. So if we still haven't fully decided on like the reason or anything like that, but if whatever we decide, then we also have to decide when the party finds it, how are they going to react to non-invited people being there? You know what I mean?
I got nothing.
That's why the dark approach is easier on that front, because
maybe the way to secure an invite to the party is to find it.
Well, so then really, why would you say you know the one you've seen in your dreams?
Exactly. But like that's how you are actually invited. But the only way for new people to get on the invites list is to figure it out and find it the hard way. And then after that, they're added to the list of people who are invited to parties.
I think it'd be more interesting if it was just completely tight-knit and the party deductive reasoning. So then we have a negative reaction to it. Then that creates conflict, right?
Yeah.
So then we could like think of something, that as a consequence or an action that's now like your curiosity. There is consequences to it. So like you really wanted to know where this party was or what's happening. Now they hate you,
So there's no reward for this quest whatsoever. In fact, it's a consequence.
Yes. I think that'll be a cool one, because
so it's a negative
curiosity
quest.
Killed the cat kind of approach.
But satisfaction brought it back. You got to finish the saying.
And the party's not going to die.
No.
They'll probably have to kill these people, depending on what we decide that their reaction is.
Yeah.
But I think that would be just like a consequence of like, it'll probably be a negative consequence. But then they did find out and what's going on.
So
I still I that might be interesting just workaround instead
mhm.
because yeah, like I said, curiosity of players like some players be like, I want to know what's going on there.
Maybe the reason
And it'll
they
drive them.
say bring your own bucket and it's a bucket festival and all that fun is to easily spot people who aren't supposed to be there. Because
Why would you say it publicly then?
everyone knows, everyone who's in the know knows that you're not supposed to bring a bucket.
Okay, now we're going back to thieves can't or cult can't.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's not silly anymore. Well, it could still be
Yeah,
silly.
if we
It could be a
want-
fun time.
if
They're
we
just
wanna
getting together
still
to party.
Be silly. We could just still say that, but if it's just because it's dream location sending,
Yeah.
then that means that they know each other,
Mm-hmm.
or very much the witch who coordinates it
Mhm.
knows everyone.
Right.
So then they could easily spot out a non-person.
Yeah.
And so that I think it's just no matter what, they will be caught or like they would just know and all that stuff. Like, hey, you're clearly not someone who lives here. That means you are clearly not part of the list anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm sure if it's like,
If it's a small town, then they clearly know everybody.
yeah, or like town, village or anything, they would know.
Yeah.
We still need to determine what they're doing in
Drugs?
this party. Wow, you went drugs immediately.
I did, yeah. I don't know.
It's
I'm
We're
still
going
thinking
goofy.
frat house and
we're going goofy and all that stuff.
well, they do say bring your favorite drinks. So
Yes, but we're still gonna do silly.
all right.
I thought we were still doing a silly approach on this.
I know. Sorry, I went a little dark there. It's not drugs. Don't do drugs, kids.
I'm pulling you out of the dark, Tiffany.
I'm putting Dark Tiffany back in the corner. You stay in that corner.
Okay. But yeah, we still need to determine what they do and how they're celebrating this bucket festival, and then we could determine at their reaction to it when the party finds their location.
Well, see, if they're having fun, if they're celebrating, why would they not want more people to join in on the celebration?
Close knit community.
Okay.
There's plenty of times where it's
I know,
like,
but that's when it gets creepy and culty when they all suddenly stare at the party and be like, "You're not supposed to be here."
what? Like it could have been like, I was gonna say introverts like party where they don't want that many people, but then this is enough for like a decent number.
Yeah, an introvert party.
Well, it's
can't
like
see being- well, I mean,
it's like a country
mm.
club.
yeah,
They're not a cult,
not entirely.
right? So it's just that.
Yeah.
Or if someone, it's like a specific church members. Well, no, they're also somewhat culty in my opinion, but
Yeah, but usually church members welcome new arrivals.
so is sex cults.
That's true. They definitely do.
Oh, they welcome new people all the time. You just can't leave.
Welp.
But it's just like they want a specific party for these specific people that they know, and they don't want anyone else.
I don't know. Whenever I see people wanting to party, they want to invite as many as possible because more's a party.
But then the person who's hosting is responsible, according to our laws, they're responsible for everything that happens. So the more people you invite, or it becomes uncontrollable,
Yeah, but
you don't
okay.
have complete
Now here's
control
the
of everyone.
question: is this medieval times or
Well,
nowadays? 'Cause
obviously,
in
this
medieval
is,
times, they're not liable.
But no, you're applying today's logic or your modern logic to like, invite as many people as possible. So I'm just applying modern logic onto that.
I don't see how invite as many as possible is modern logic. I would see that in fantasy times as well. Fantasy times, medieval times.
Well, it depends.
Yeah.
Because if it's medieval times, then they don't really have the time to have a huge festivity like that.
That is true. They're always busy.
Yeah. There's no days off there.
Nope. Nature doesn't wait.
That's all I'm saying for like argument of like if
Okay.
it's just tight knit.
That still doesn't.
It helps explain why it says you'll know the one you've seen in your dreams, so it seems like a private invite.
Honestly, I just see that as everyone knows this house and everyone has nightmares about it because it's creepy. It's like, you know the house. Everyone knows this house.
But now we're going back to the creepy route.
Well, no, the house is creepy, yeah. If a bunch of teenagers want to have a party out back because the house is creepy,
But then why don't they just say the house location then?
because everyone knows it. They don't need to.
Not to the party who's
The
from
dilapidated house
outside
on
town.
the edge of town. They say exactly where it is. It's on the edge of town. Everyone's seen it.
I see what you mean. Do you want to go the approach of everyone's invited now?
Anyone who wants to come and bring a bucket, the way I'm reading this is it's an invite to everyone. They're literally posting it on a quest board for everyone to see.
It could also be interpreted as a dilapidated house on the edge of town. There could have been like, there's multiple houses that change locations every year. It could have been. It could be interpreted many different ways.
It could, yes.
So it's just what we choose the route we're going on. So do you want to choose the route where everyone is invited and then the party could go?
That's what I was thinking.
Okay. So then we still haven't decided what they're going to do or what's the point of Bucket Festival, where I think we're still solidified on the fact that it just changes every year to something else.
Yeah.
Because it's a goofy, fun party.
Right. So it's just an inside joke.
I don't know if you want to decide anything, but then after that, then what is left for the quest? Because if they're invited, they're okay to go, they bring a bucket and drinks, then what else?
It's just a party.
Okay, then what?
Maybe there's various like betting scenarios where the party could, get in on the action and make bets and actually win money out of it.
Okay, I'm just like, for content for this podcast,
bucket related.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we could just like, hey, DM gets to decide because DM.
We've done that a lot.
Yes, we use that as a scapegoat a lot. But if we're good, then because if it's everyone's invited, party that just goes, they know location, done. There's a party, then we have nothing else for this podcast. So what is happening or what events is happening at this party?
Maybe it could lead to them finding out that creepy house is actually haunted. And something could like happen during the party, and something could like either attack because, they're antagonizing it, or someone could go missing and suddenly it's become oh no, where'd Johnny go?
The spirit of an old man, get off my lawn.
Pretty much.
I was going to say it's like a banshee or screaming, get off my lawn, but isn't banshees usually women?
Typically, yeah.
It's not as funny.
Yeah.
It's always an old man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, has to yell that.
He could be a ghoul or something.
I don't think ghouls scream that or are capable of speaking. I don't know.
I thought they were capable of like at least incoherent. Blah, 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 blah.
Great audio.
Yep, for your editing pleasure.
Gee, thanks.
You're welcome. So it could be that, or I mean, honestly, you could take any of our ideas from this. So what and do you want,
like just festivity, or do you want something going wrong in the party?
I think it'd be interesting if something went wrong during the party, but only if the party of player characters, shows up. Otherwise, the party goes off without a hitch.
Obviously.
Yeah. Or
they trigger the flags. That's how it always is.
If they don't go to the party, they'll definitely hear about it later. But if they do go to the party, they can stop whatever tragedy is going to happen. But if they don't go to it later, they'll see a quest. Can you help us find this person or figure out what's wrong with this house? Like, if they don't go, it'll trigger another quest. If they do go, that quest will still happen.
That is up for the DM to decide.
Yeah.
But, okay, so let's then decide what is the determining factor or the quote-unquote incident
that
happens at the party.
Maybe some people, like, instead of, like, because the party's happening out back behind the house, not in the house.
No. Yeah.
But some people decide to go, test of courage or whatever, and explore the creepy old house. And maybe they fall through the floorboards or something and end up in an area that hasn't been opened for a long time.
They go off to the attic, they see a mirror, and then they get possessed.
We've done this too.
I know, that's all I was thinking, sorry.
Maybe they fall into the basement and something gets disturbed down there and they realize, oh no.
I love that band.
What?
Something gets disturbed. Disturbed is a band.
Oh, yes. There's that too. But maybe they just disappear. They go missing. And later, like, either the party realizes they've gone missing because they were talking to them earlier, or somebody shows up and is like, hey, this person went missing.
So do you want a silent, like, incident, or do you want something big that would interrupt or stop the party?
That would also be fun.
You know what I mean?
Like a huge, like, ghost or something rises up and scares everyone away, and then it becomes a Scooby-Doo incident.
Well, if we're doing fantasy, it's going to be deadly and, actually.
But what if it was a Scooby-Doo incident? What if it was just one of the party goers who's just like, oh, this would be hilarious.
Well, okay.
And it's just
I had this thought
well-made illusion.
to somewhat go on the silly side.
Okay.
What happens if there's like another witch or storyteller in the town and it's like, I want to be the new host. And so they're like, if I ruin this party, then they don't want witch A to host anymore. And so then I could get the job.
I thought we had migrated away from the witch sending out the image because everyone knows where the house is.
Okay, fine. Host A
Okay.
lose position to host.
Yeah.
Because totally ruined, the party's ruined and all that stuff. So then I could step up and do it. And then I will be the popular one of town.
Counterpoint to that, maybe
I
host
don't know.
B was planning something and had a day picked out and everything, but
Person B
host
was
A-
getting married. And then,
and then host
wanted
A
the wedding on
posted
that day.
this and completely ruined the plans. But also, I just realized at any time.
that's why they wanted to ruin the party by something big, meaning monstrous.
Yeah. But like at any time, this party has no specified time or day. It's just an always party. That just throws everything on end right there.
I have no idea. We tweak things all the time, though.
Yes.
So we could just tweak this.
So if you meet up behind the house, they'll tell you when the actual party is.
Well, it could be like they know that the one day is the festival day.
Mm-hmm.
So it means it's just any time during that day.
Okay. So
You
it's
know
just
what I
all
mean?
day.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just an all day into the night or until the sunrise of the next day.
Yeah.
Because that's just the annual
Maybe it's like
festival day.
on the day it was posted is the day of the party. Everyone's got a bucket.
Or if it's everyone in town is invited or it has this yearly, it just changes theme. They know
Mhm.
what day it is.
Yeah.
And so they just know it.
Okay. That too. So if you ask around town, they'll know.
They'll know. Yeah. But yeah, do you want because if it's a monsters or dangerous thing, that would really shut down the festivities.
It really would. Yeah.
So do you want to do that approach where it's a lot more loud and all that?
That'd be fun too. Just to have something like show up and be like, I'm going to ruin your party. Blah.
What was that?
That's whatever I want it to be. Yep.
And what monster was that ruined the party with that voice?
Troll.
Okay. So person B, okay, let's give names. Who's person A? Who's
Okay.
currently hosting?
Kelvin Browning.
Kelvin is hosting the party
Mm-hmm.
as he normally does.
Mhm.
And so who is person B who's very jealous and wants to be the new host?
Fanny Daniel.
Fanny has nothing better to do and she's like, I want to be the popular host. And so then gets a troll to crash the party,
Mm-hmm.
kills people, has regenerative abilities, so super pain.
Mm.
And party has to take care of it.
I didn't know you knew that much about trolls.
Yeah. Unless it's different from 3.5 edition.
Oh. Time to look up trolls. Large, giant, chaotic evil. They do have regeneration.
All right.
And a very long stat block, to be honest. Like they have a lot going on here.
What's a challenge?
5.
Okay, 2 trolls.
2 trolls.
Mid-level. I don't
Okay.
know. It depends.
Depending on your party, 1 to 2 trolls may show up.
And yeah, they would crash the party and then party will take care of it, or there'll be a job posting to take care of rampaging trolls in the area.
Mm-hmm. Then yeah, like if the player party doesn't go to the party, that's just confusing. Then the next day, everyone in town is like sad looking because of all the people that got killed at the party. And like there's just people missing, like what's going on? And then they'll see a new quest. about
That or
rampaging
they will
trolls.
hear like alarm bells of like the guards trying to take care of the situation. So
hear
it could
that.
be like immense in the moment
Yeah,
kind
it could
of
happen
quest.
too.
Where like a guard captain or a guard be like, we need your help. There's trolls
It's like
on the
you're an
rampart.
adventuring party. We need your help. Trolls are loose in the town.
Yes, that's what a guard would sound like.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to mimic the guy from Harry Potter, like troll in the dungeon.
I know what you were going for.
Yeah, I know.
I just didn't want to pick that low-hanging fruit. Okay. So that is pretty much the quest then. And then they take care of it. And then maybe the captain of the guard or the person in charge of, the town watch or whatever rewards the party for taking care of them.
And they get a magic bucket because that's what the party was about all along.
It'll be a 10 pot. You determined the reward. It could be information if you needed something or, campaign-wise.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do put in your campaign, let us know what happens. Or if you chose any other weird thing we suggested this episode.
Let us know if you came up with a better idea.
I'm sure they will always come up with a better idea what we come with.
And I always want to hear it.
So let us know down in the comments of this YouTube video. Or you can let us know on X at QuestBoardPod or on Blue Sky at QuestBoard. If you have a job posting of your own that you want us to make a quest out of, I swear we'll do good with them. Let us know on any of those sites. I think with that, I wish you all a good night.
And happy questing.